1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There you go.
Audio is synced.
Yeah, audio synced. So today we're playing The Walking Dead. I think the first thing you're going to want to do is start a new game probably, right, Evan?
I think that would be the right call.
I mean...
Or we could just go straight into meeting Clementine.
I mean, we could. That will kind of ruin it, though, for all the playtesting I did. Also, don't forget to put it... I don't know if I have it already set up on there, but subtitles would probably be nice for the people who won't be able to hear any of the real game audio over our stupid voices.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Subtitles are going to have to wait.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to be quiet for this.
I don't think they talk through this opening though.
I guess it depends, right? Duh.
Well, I don't think it's until they get him in the car.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the first thing.
They make sure to hammer it in thick to you that you're going to be playing as a guy who murdered somebody.
Oh yeah. You might have to pause it and do it now. The hypest gameplay on YouTube right here, folks.
They're
already on. Crap!
So, yeah.
So professional, right?
Okay. It's so weird playing this on a tablet.
I know, it doesn't feel great. It's not as good as whenever you play it on like an actual console, but don't worry, folks. We're gonna get like an actual capture card so we can be like professional YouTubers.
That'd be good. I could do like Gears of War or something for like 4 straight days.
Oh yeah, like you could just do Horde mode.
They just got like 2 new maps started today. My $100 becoming worth it. Because I get them a week early. 2 maps. Exciting.
Turn the actual computer.
You know what they say about... you know what they say about reckoning.
You know what they say about
So, me and Ethan have already introduced ourselves on the channel, but I'm Jeremiah, and this is Evan. So, Evan, do you want to introduce yourself to the 3 people who watch this show right now? My mom, Ethan's mom, and one random guy who watches everything on YouTube?
Sure. I'm Evan. Hang on a second, I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, you gotta make decisions. Gripping gameplay.
I gotta be
right
silent
here.
because I didn't hear what he said to me. Yeah, I'm Evan. I work with these two and play a lot of games, so naturally it's a fitting thing for me to be over here messing with The Walking Dead, something that I have the craziest on and off feelings towards.
Yeah, I have similar feelings. Like, I read the first 2 or 3 like big compendiums or whatever. And I haven't followed the comics since then, and I watch the TV show like 2 or 3 seasons at a time and just catch up that way.
Yeah, the comics are great. Like I've got nothing against the comics. I mean, there's some up and down stuff with it where sometimes it's not as good. It's just the show, man, and like that's one of the big problems I was talking to Ethan about. That like it makes me come off like a total hypocrite because I bitch about the show and like how slow it is and how it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And anybody that's hearing me say that and also has read the comics is like, dude, that's the exact same as the comics.
It's just a different story.
Exactly, and plus like it's like 1 issue a month from the comics. You're reading like 20 or 30 pages of that compared to watching 12 15-minute episodes, 12 15-minute episodes, 12 40-minute episodes.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty long. They're like quarter movie length or half movie length. So
yeah, so I mean I watched Mondays and Sundays and it just sucked, man.
Which episode what season are we on right now to date the episode? In the TV show.
In the TV show, it's on season 7.
Okay.
Like, season 7 just started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and people died because they have to like get people to watch again somehow. Otherwise, they feel like it's being spoiled.
Gotta keep that hype train going into
Yeah.
the season premiere. Yeah, they did their little deaths and their little brutality and all of that, and that was fine. I mean, I think it was kind of rushed and unnecessary. I didn't really have any issues with the actual violence, but
well, yeah,
I don't even know what this guy
gory,
said, but
right?
the natural
Compared
response
to...
would be "fuck you." Because that's the response to cops that you should give.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, when I play... how do you play Telltale games? I always play them as, like, how I think I would do... Like, I put myself in the position of the main character, right? So the responses are basically going to be what I would say. So is that how you're playing it?
Yeah, I mean, it varies for me from Telltale to Telltale. depending on like what the story is, what's going on. The first season of The Walking Dead, I played as close to myself as I could. This is probably one of the best Telltale games they've done. I think is the first one.
I don't know, man. Have you ever played the Jurassic Park Telltale game?
See, I haven't. I haven't played Jurassic Park.
It's
I'm always
so
tempted.
bad.
The Back to the Future, I didn't play that either.
Back to the Future is pretty cool. It was like a neat take on like an alternate. It's very Rick and Morty, aside from all the profanity and gore and everything. But it's just like it's gets into like different things than the actual movie did or movies did.
Yeah, I think The Walking Dead season 1 is the best one they've done. With Borderlands being a close second. I thought Borderlands
is pretty
incredible.
Cool. Have you played any of Batman so far?
I played the first 2 episodes. I haven't gotten into the third
I think
yet.
they just came out with the third. I think it was. Like
I have the
week.
season pass for it, so I mean, I can play it. I just haven't really felt like it recently. Although I really like what they're doing with the Batman one. I think it's been really good so far, but it's too much Telltale sometimes.
Oh yeah,
because I played The Walking Dead Michonne, which was worthless. It's a waste of money. Don't buy it.
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
Like
I watched a couple
episodes.
people play the first episode, and like every YouTuber I've watched play Michonne has like done the first episode and then quit after that because it wasn't worth it. Nobody was watching it. Oh no!
They were just all short.
Conflict arises in the gameplay.
You know, look how serious that was. You're just getting flung around all over the place. Yeah, they were just really short, and there was really no purpose for it besides like.
Well, they're trying to hone in on
until season 3.
Also, they're trying to hone in on that movie audience that has nothing to do with the rest of the universe.
That's true.
Not movie.
TV I think show. I remember reading something that one of them said because like they were just behind on production for season 3 and all that they were doing the show as kind of a little holdover.
I mean, if we play all of like the season 1 of the Telltale game and we play the second season, we could probably talk about it more then. But what did you think of the second season? I was kind of disappointed by all of it.
I thought... I'm trying to even remember the second season.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I didn't think it was bad. I just think that... I don't know. I mean, they were clearly, without giving spoilers away for it, they're clearly trying to tell like a coming-of-age, like growing up kind of story with the girl.
So it's all about
it's just
and
it's me... Hang on. You can touch and drag to look around when the arrows appear in the corner. Okay. For me, and this is kind of part of my personality, and it's why a lot of people think I'm an awful person, but like... I don't give a shit about kids. I don't like kids. I don't want kids. Kids annoy me.
Well, what have kids ever done for anyone, man?
So, like, in a video game, making me play as a kid, like, I'm already kind of losing interest in that. And, like, this season
Can you think of any characters in any video games where you've played as a kid and, like, enjoyed it?
It's a natural... Hang on. Yeah, I just totally mind farted because I'm like, he told me to do something, and... there we go.
Yeah, no, the
tablet
is
just weird. It's like I can hit the arrows or I can drag, but the drag moves slower than the actual arrows do.
Yeah.
Kids in general, and I think the world understands how shitty kids are because, like, every TV show...
I don't think they do. They keep having them,
I know, but every TV show that's got, like, a child actor in it that plays a decent role, like, sucks. With the exception of Stranger Things. But, like...
Yeah, right?
The Strain season finale for season 3 was Sunday night.
Uh-huh.
And, like, that kid in The Strain is the most unbearable kid I've ever seen in a TV show. Like, it's so
better or
miserable.
Better or worse than kid actor who played Anakin Skywalker.
That was pretty bad, too.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, too. So it was on par with that?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Climb out, motherfucker. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, like, that was already kind of a disconnect for me, because in, like, season 1, I cared more about Lee and the surrounding people than I did the kid, because it's like, The Walking Dead does this, too, with the kids and stuff, and, like, I'm just that more realistic person that will say what other people won't, which is just, like, if I was in the world of The Walking Dead and that Baby Judith came about, Baby Judith wouldn't have made it more than 2 episodes. Because it's like, that's unrealistic to be able to keep a baby alive,
How
fed,
can you have kids
safe.
in that universe?
And that's why they're at a point in the show where they don't even really show the baby all that fucking much. Unless it's just like Rick randomly walking around with the baby in hand. And it's like, it's stupid. And this isn't really a spoiler. I guess it is for people that haven't watched any of The Walking Dead. But in the comics, they killed that baby before it even became in existence.
Yeah, which was the smartest thing they could have done. Right?
That's why, like, the comic fans were so irritated with the show because, like, and I knew they wouldn't have done that in the show because, like, you can get away with a lot in TV, but, you know, the people that make The Walking Dead, I didn't expect them to have the balls to actually, like, shoot a pregnant woman in the gut and kill her and the baby like they did in the comics.
Chest too, right? Like, it was like, oh.
She took a shot, like, straight through the back and it, like, ruptured. So, like, she died, and then, like, the baby, I don't know, I mean, she just died without having the baby, so she was still pregnant in the comics.
I like the tension in the game that they try to manufacture by, like, putting it by him dropping the keys by his face, and you gotta slowly reach down and pick him up. What's gonna happen?
That was just kind of, to me, like, it's the same thing with the Negan stuff, and I guess because the season's only, like, 2 weeks old, I'll refrain from saying anything with that.
Yeah, it's not like anybody watches this, but yeah, go ahead.
I know, but I mean, like, for the 3 people that might be watching it that are like, oh, I love The Walking Dead, but haven't found the time to watch the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Actually, who cares?
Yeah, talk about it, man. I mean, I know I'm not gonna. By the time I do watch season 7, I will have already forgotten everything.
There's
about
the
this.
shell.
Yeah, the shotgun's to the left, I think.
I'm just gonna start. Okay, the arrows aren't working. Never mind. Yeah,
it's like
not...
super unintuitive.
Get away from me.
There it is.
Am I gonna pull this off?
I don't know. I think it automatically did it for you.
Nope, I'm not gonna pull it off.
Oh no! Yeah, first death. Flawless run through, ruin.
Well, this is me kind of being stupid because I've just been like flicking, and it seems like it moves quicker if you hold and push.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that. I was just kind of flicking left and right, so that's kind of where those all moves went. But
make whatever excuses you need to, Evan. It's fine.
That's, you know.
Officer.
Alright, let's do this correctly this time. Here, I gotta test out this hold and move thing to see if this is the correct. Just grab it right now.
Yeah.
It's like you just looked at it. Why you gotta make me look around again? Okay, there's the okay, yeah. So this is much better. It's weird. It's inverted.
Evan getting a hold of the controls.
The 2 controls.
The 2 controls on the device meant for babies to play on.
Get it.
Don't make me do this.
Oh, we're doing this.
Oh yeah, tap that shit.
Not even, I think twice. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, with the Walking Dead show,
yeah.
It was just like, it's just like with the show is the same with any kind of thing that's based off a book. Whereas if you've read the book, you're potentially ruining the show for yourself on one side.
Well, until they just split off and do completely different things, and it usually takes them a few seasons, like Game of Thrones, right?
Well,
8 seasons in,
I said I believe that
to...
they would never catch up on Game of Thrones, but I also didn't take into fact the idea that, the guy who George R.R. Martin would take 15 years to put out the next book.
I mean, and why would you think that, considering he'd already been writing it whenever the show started, didn't he? Did he?
Yeah, I mean, he was, I think 4 books were out when that show kind of just started up, or like the 4th one was coming out, I think, or the 3rd, I don't even know with the books, but...
And I know it takes a lot of time to write a book like that, but...
That was kind of my thing with The Walking Dead, and in Game of Thrones as well, with the Red Wedding. I mean, that was done really well. That's an example of it being done right. But, like, the whole point for those kind of shock things to happen, like the Negan scene and everything, is to give another character a purpose. And that's what the comics did. So, like, you read the comic and you're, like, offended or grossed out or whatever people may be when you see them, like, shoot a woman that's pregnant with a baby and her and the baby die.
Pretty real,
like,
though.
oh man, that's rough. It is. It's very realistic for the show, at least, for the idea of what's going on when you're getting overran by 20 fucking people and they're firing guns at you. The idea that just because a woman's pregnant, she'll get missed.
And in the show, I watched that part in the show, and it didn't feel real to me because everyone was firing at each other with like ranged submachine guns or
it just would have been
like
more
assault rifles, and everyone was missing because they couldn't afford to have anyone actually get
it just
hit.
would have been more impactful, in my opinion, had they gone with that scene. Like, you don't even have to show it. It's just like you can do like the artsy little like she's running and you hear a gunshot and it zooms in on her face and she makes that shocked expression and then camera pans away. I mean, if they had the balls to like kill 2 little girls later on in that season, like they should have been able to stick to that because, like, the overall of her, like, having birth in that dark room and, like, dying from birth, like, that was kind of lame. But in the comics, that played a part because, like, that kind of was a big part towards Rick's storyline with him kind of, like, losing hope and not really being the leader and kind of going crazy for a little while. So, like, you can look back on it like, hey, that made sense for them to do that. As much as I may not have liked it, like, that propelled this character. And it's very similar with The Walking Dead. So, like, Glenn, like, it was pretty obvious Glenn was going to get killed at that point because, like, that story that follows from that is just too good in the comics to pass up because the whole purpose of that happening is for Maggie's character. And this, I guess, is spoilers, but it's really not because, like, they go off the comic quite a bit. But, that whole thing leads to, like, her becoming stronger and her taking on a leadership role and all this stuff to where once you see where she gets with that, it's like, oh, okay, I guess it made sense that he, that he was the one who died, so...
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I haven't watched any of the new seasons, so I can't really comment on that as much. But what I have watched and played is this game, and how bomb is this treehouse? Like, did you ever have anything like this growing up?
It's so good that our guy Lee is, like, afraid to climb up to it.
Right.
He's
well,
just like,
to be fair,
his
leg is gnarled. Like,
I know, but look at the height. Like, he should be able to kind of get that chair.
Yeah, he's like, no ladder. Guess I can't go up.
Not even need his leg. He could just like reach up on the edge there, and just look over the side.
He's a super strong super murderer man. Like, he could totally do it.
That's the thing with this guy. Like, that's one of the things that I give credit to the Telltale team with this game is that, like, right off the bat, you know, hey, this is a guy that's not really a bad guy, but he did catch his wife cheating and chose to kill the guy that was in there with him.
And so, I love how they never go into it. Like, they're just like...
It's just like, hey, this is your guy. He got really mad and made a mistake, but that mistake was murder because his wife cheated. Yeah. So, like, the idea that they do a good job throughout this game of, like, making you care about him and, like, all of that, it's pretty good, because that's not really the best, like, icebreaker for introducing you to a character in a video game, is like,
well,
hey, this is a guy that you're going to play as and care about and make decisions for. And
if it was a TV show, maybe, but, like, there are tons of super... Like, look at the whole Silent Hill series. Your whole thing is you're playing as, like, super horrible people, and they're atoning for their
but you
sins,
don't know that until, like, towards the... I mean,
well,
if you know Silent Hill,
point,
you know that they did something, but that's what was so good about Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2, still, to me, is, like, probably one of the best games ever made. Maybe the best game, in my opinion, that I've enjoyed.
Well, I believe I have that one. We can probably play it whenever I get that capture card, because
Silent Hill 2 is so good.
I have it on GameCube, I think.
Silent Hill 2 is that bizarre game that, like, when it came out and played it, I was really young, so, like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm just kind of like, what is this? Like, there's these nurses and, like, this pyramid head guy. Like, I don't understand this story at all, but it's spooky, so I'm okay with it. And then you play it, like, after you get a little bit older, and, like, the story kind of makes more sense, and it's still slightly confusing, and then you play it a third time.
And on that sweet fall down, I think we're going to call this the first episode. See you guys in the next episode, which, you know, immersion breaking, but we're just going to keep recording and cut it in half, basically. So,
might as well.
See you guys in about 10 seconds.